Okay, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Work Plus. It is Wednesday, my dudes. It is Wednesday. We're kind of hoping for today to be a little better than the past couple of weeks have been. We got one red folder hitting at 10, as well as one orange folder. We have Fed Chair Powell testifies. This is a new one. More hawkish than expected is good for currency. I'm assuming that means the more crazy up and down movements there are, better for currency, meaning it's going to go up even more. Um, for this one, if the actual is greater than forecasts, it's good for currency. So if this number is green, we should see price continue higher. From the previous two forecasts, it's gone down, so I imagine it's going to continue down. Then again, that could change with this red folder's input, and from there, we could have a better lineup for news. That being the case, we're gonna X out of this. Hello, I can actually see my stuff now. I have changed up a lot of my settings, like on my actual recording software and everything. I have been working on a whole lot these past couple of days. Particularly yesterday, I got done with 3 projects that I have been putting my complete effort into, and I'm happy to say that it won't be this video, but it will be posted as a separate clip on another site. I'm thinking. I might use YouTube, either YouTube or TikTok. I'm not entirely sure which, but one of the two is going to get a post that's going to be a little short clip of some stuff I've made on Blender, and that is going to be essentially one of that's what I've been working on this whole time. What in the world? Okay, it's down and up. That's a low. That's passed, so we don't care about that. This is the lowest out of the Asian session, so Asian session low, London session high. This is the high outside of Asian session. This is the low outside of Asian session. We're going to set that right there. Cool. We have, this is just bad to look at. And we missed out yesterday. This was Tuesday. We saw this occur, shut up, and then consolidate. Crazy. Again, our hope is to get a decent deal on this, so there's not much else to it. I revised some notes that we'll go over here soon as well for better clarification. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I know this is not the lowest point, but how do you identify a low? Down candle, up candle. Lowest point between the two. Boom. Between these two times right here, this is London session. So right now, this is the lowest low of London session. Go down to 30-minute. Glad it clarifies it a little bit better. That right there. Better clarification for better reading purposes. This is gold. That low stayed the same. The high off of Asian session was surpassed by London session, so we don't care about this high. This is our current range we're working with. We have a fair value gap here for this entire move up. And this is the top candle here. I may have been awake for a couple hours, but my brain is still waking up slowly. I feel like a frog opening up my eyes. The brain's just covered in layer after layer of eyelid, but it just can't seem to wake up when I want it to. I'm not going to force it. I'm just going to let it do its thing until it can manage to actually be awake. I think we have an SMT divergence happening because we have a range here, and this range passed up this one right here. Yeah, that's different. This is the 30-minute. Here, let's go to the hour because I think it better depicts it. Put that dead center. There you go. Yeah, that's a little different. So we have an uptrend here. I don't know if you can see that or not. From this high to this high. Up, down, highest point between two. There's one. And then we have another here. From this high right here down to up, down, this high here. That is a serious difference. Do we have one on the low end? No, we do not. These charts are super diverged. Super, super diverged. This was a draw on liquidity that was swept. And the S&P is lagging behind the NASDAQ. Which means we should be seeing this continue higher and sweeping this high here. Are we in a downtrend? Break of structure from an uptrend is when a low closes below another. On the hourly, down, up, low, down, up, low, down, up, low, higher low, down, up, low. This did not close below this, so no, we have not had a break of structure. We are in an uptrend at the moment. What about the daily? What does the daily say? Daily says we are way up at the moment. We missed a huge opportunity Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday. Monday was FOMC, so we can touch it, but Tuesday, we messed up. We couldn't identify. Actually, no. Retract that statement. We didn't mess up because we de-risked off of market being outside of our time to trade. We had two large moves up. I think it's a sweep. Cool. Retrace down. Sort of in an order block. Break a block, continue higher. This wouldn't be a break a block. I'm sorry. What am I doing? Doji says indecisiveness. Price continued higher even though, in spite of this retrace. So it continued higher. Came back down. It's not an order block. It's like I was saying before, my brain is waking up slowly. Daily bias says up though. Break structure there. This was a break of structure until we closed on that candle, breaking up past the high. So That is a defined break of structure. We're going higher for that on the hourly. We're waiting on continuation confluence because we just broke structure. Even that's diverged. Look at that. From here down and then from here up. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. I think that's a bit different as well, no? Cool. Swept of liquidity there. Move to the hour. Right here. Did we sweep liquidity on the daily? Hang on. No? The next available high off of this, it's way the flip over here. There's stuff playing in my mic. What the heck? Nope. Weird. It's like I'm hearing metal. Just not good. It's not my computer. Computer sounds nice. It's okay. I need to stop getting distracted. I need to get to work. I need to do this. Knock in, knock in, knock in, knock in, knock in. So we had this move up here, which is cool, right? I made notes on stuff. The bias says up. Daily bias says up. However, current bias right now is a bit wonky because what I would have done is two things. This right here. From this candle this way. And then from this candle right here. There's two key levels. Same story as last time. Currently we're moving up, but as soon as 9:30 hits, when it does, that'll be time for new players to enter the market, and we want that to be a thing. 10:30. Oh no! This right here. Yep, 9:30. Boom. We have 8, 9:30, 10:30. 10:30 is the no time. 9:30 is New York Stock Exchange open. 8 is pre-market, and we have two key levels here. Keep wanting to call this move up a liquidity sweep, but at the same time, I'm not entirely sure because again, we had huge up here, swept this liquidity. There was no other liquidity outside of this that we had swept. From here, we had a retrace. I think this was an order block. This right here, this leg down and then one large candle up. This was an order block because it did not break structure and it wasn't a breaker block. It wasn't a failed retrace, right? A breaker block results will predict a break of structure, and if it's respected, it'll be a repeat move, and then we'll see the leg up. It gives it an order block that does not pass up the high. From here, we have a leg back down, which is cool. Didn't break structure. It had to retrace from the order block. From this, it fueled buy orders were needed to continue higher. Price continued higher up past this point, confirming that price was going to continue much higher outside of that. Again, retrace, move up. We had, this would have been a breaker block here because we had a move up here and then a failed retrace back down. That would have denied the order block here. From here, we had the break of structure. Trend up, trend down. We didn't break structure at all throughout this, except for like right here. Kinda, not even. We didn't break structure at all through this. We had an order block. We had fair value gap here. That was inverted. Inverse fair value gap said price continue higher. Sure enough, it does. What am I looking for specifically on current market? Well, S&P says consolidation, where the NASDAQ says continuation up. I imagine we're going to see a breakout of this structure specifically. Same story though, we didn't break out. We don't have a break of structure in any of this, so technically we're still in an uptrend according to the S&P 500. Though price on the large time frame says we want to move down, NASDAQ says no, we want to continue higher, and so the breakout of S&P is going to determine whether or not the NASDAQ is actually lagging behind the S&P or not. Same story here though. If we take this candle right here, boom, that's one key level, and then the topmost candle is that one right there. We don't want this one because then it would be too close. We want the most recent and the most highest candle. The lowest candlestick is also what we're looking for key level sake. In consolidation, it's very difficult to pick that, but and I could be wrong. I could be wrong by using these two. I don't think I want to use these two really, because we determined that on the NASDAQ we had order block, no breaks of structure. Oh, that's one. I thought something was weird. Interesting. Either way. Yeah, no break of structure. Order block. We had a small retrace. I said price was going to continue higher, and sure enough, it did. Now from this range, you know what? I have an idea. Because it's per the range, right? Right? I want to do this. Here's my range. This is the range. This is my level of key stuff. My key levels, because we have most recent low and most recent high, right? And from here we have the lowest candle and the highest candle, and we have two key level. Say key level off that high candle, low candle, right? And we take the closer down to the wick, and then the open up to the wick on the low, and then from this we have a more adequate range that price can move around in. And if this zone is respected and it continues higher, that works. And if this zone is disrespected, which obviously this is going to be the first one to change. That's just how that is. We don't have a fair value gap saying price is going to continue higher. Price coming back within equilibrium here. Says it might. Let's do the same thing over here, shall we? There's the highest candle. This wouldn't make sense to do this with, because it's consolidated to the point where we have a high and a low, and the low has a candle way up here, and the high is legit like all the way up there. It's not. I don't think we can use it on that. Can we use it on this? This is the NASDAQ. That's current price action. And then this is the S&P. Consolidation. Very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. Indeed. We broke structure here on the 30-minute. Down, up, low. Closure below this low. Cool. Lower high. Well. Lower high. We had a break of structure on the 30-minute. I wonder if it did the same thing for NASDAQ. It did not. We did not get a break of structure on NASDAQ, but we did get one on the S&P 500. Price is just continuing to soar higher. This is going to be a difficult day. Not perfect, but worth noting. What would my key levels be? The highs and lows. Hello, cat. How you doing? Say hello. Meow. Meow. How you doing? I got some. Crazy cat. She just wants all the attention. This is difficult, though, to determine the key levels throughout this, aside from the highs, I mean. Because we've already swept past this high here. We have relative equal lows here. My inexperience is what's going to get the better of me in this trade. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't. I know this key level needs to move up higher because this is the new high of London session. However, if I go back to S&P 500, the high hasn't changed. We're on the same time frame and everything. The high hasn't changed. We have solidified. We have confirmed that this is a consolidation pattern on the S&P. News, I think, is going to have a major impact. What was the news thing? Did it say more hawkish was good for currency? Which means if we're consolidating, that's going to be bad. I think we should be expecting price to continue lower. That would align with the S&T divergence that we're seeing here. That this wants to continue higher, but because of this consolidation and the way market or news has it right now, this is saying price is going much, much lower because we, again, have a lot of low-level liquidity, strong drawn liquidity, and then, of course, all the way down here, we have relative equal lows here, relative equal lows throughout this, although this was claimed. We have relative equal lows in this that could be claimed. Super strong drawn liquidity there, as well as these three here. This is a super strong drawn liquidity. I think we're going to be in for a short just because of how market looks right now, just because of the way this looks. I want to wait. What time does that come out? I know I've pulled this up like 3 times now. That comes out at 10 a.m. I don't want to wait that long. How about this? We'll wait for market to open. We have 7:30 on the clock right now. I'm going to wake up a little bit more. I'm going to try and 30-minute my way into being wide awake. I feel like I'm wide awake right now. I'm not super yawny. Say that and I feel like there's yawn about to come on, right? I am awake enough to say I'm not as tired as I was before Tuesday. And I haven't been as tired as I was in the past when I'm awake this early, right? Yeah. Stuff. I'm gonna pause the video. Let's see what exactly is going on. Okay? Okay. Okay. Comment section. It's currently 8:02. I'm looking at a liquidity sweep. I reviewed my notes, right? And I am now on this train. We had an order block liquidity sweep. We had a retrace down, right? And a move up, move down. This is our breaker block that formed because it's within the same price range of our order block. This breaker block did not move outside of the range of the previous order block from the liquidity sweep. From there, we saw strong reaction move up, repeat order block, liquidity sweep, break of structure out of this downtrend. Now we are in an uptrend. It has swept this liquidity here. There is no other liquidity outside of that for it to have swept, unless it wants to create a relative equal high. We are still on an S&T divergence when it comes to hi, that's an update. Hi, that's a major change that was not there a second ago. They look about the same now. Both say they're going higher, which actually works in our favor because now we can actually see that. It looks like the moves are relatively the same as well. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. We had Boom. Sweep of that liquidity there. Down. Move down. Up. Move down. Strong reaction up from this breaker block. Same story. Stayed within the range. Repeat order block. Move up. Liquidity sweep breaker structure. Off of these relative equal highs here. It's moved up. From here, we want to move our high to that because that is the highest point in London session that we've currently got to look forward to. This is the 30-minute. This is not the hour. That's fine though. That's cool. Okay, now from here, we're looking for a liquidity sweep, which we technically already have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move down to the 5-minute. On the 5-minute for both. Cool. What we're looking for now is a break of structure, inverse fair value gap, or another S&T divergence. Which can be found here. Gonna scroll all the way up. Boom, right here. Break of structure, inverse, or S&T. Looks like we're not getting. I don't know. We might have. Is that higher? Nope. Nope. It's not. Okay, so that's saying it's gonna go higher. We don't have an S&T yet. This is on the 5-minute. We want to see a break of structure that says we are in the reverse now. Hey, Joe, you there? Hello? I cannot hear you. Hot dog. Hello? Oh, you're fine. Comment section, you have to mind me. I have someone in my ear that you cannot hear. Stuff. Joe, I'm currently making a video on day trading for Orb Plus at the moment. How are you doing? I am down to do Isle Weaver, and I have changed a whole lot on how stream looks, and I have made a new outro. I really hope you guys enjoy that outro too. I spent some time on that thing. Spent what, 4 months on the eyeball, and then the clouds I've only just recently been able to complete. And then of course I'm gonna throw like different custom images in the background that depict each of the games I play, so that way it's not mystery or what would you call that? It's obvious what I played throughout stream. If I can get a background that's like motionable, right? I'm thinking I have no problem using that for stream's ending screen. Just to have that on loop and then just let it keep playing. I don't know though. I like the current ending screen the way it is. So 3 hours. Fun. We need to pay attention to that. There's nothing about that that's saying different. Again, it's 8:08. We have Powell speaking for news once he's done and out the way. And this is pre-market, I think. It's not. It's still 10. We'll look that up right quick. I see. New York Stock Exchange has pre-market trading hours that typically around 4 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. As the opening session. So 4 a.m. to 9:30. But that also runs through London session, which is from 3 to 9, or from 3 to 8. 9:30 is the official open though. Okay. Which one? Edun? EDUN? I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Inodem. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. I understand. That one. Do you have the Okina Prime? Okay. Do you have Heat Dagger? Fair, fair. So, I was gonna say, if you had either of those, it operates relatively the same. When you pop its Incarnon, it has projectiles that it throws, and it is one of the stronger daggers in the game just because of its Incarnon. Yep. So the combo multiplier is on their bottom right, okay? And the meter is when it pulsates blue, like that number in the bottom right hand corner just above your abilities. When you get it to a 6 times multiplier, not a 5 times, but a 6 times multiplier, it'll start pulsating blue. And from that, you click right stick, and then from there, it pops up. Your duration needs to be long enough in order for you to get the incarnate off in the first place. Either that or go for a 7 or 8 times multiplier so that way the animation time isn't cutting into the duration of your combo. Because if it runs out in mid animation, you won't get the incarnate popped. I would highly recommend attempting that on a low level steel path run so that way you have enemies that can take a beating and you're getting that pop off at the same time. So that way, one, you're getting it done in a single mission, and two, it's easier. They can take a beating. I would also I hear you. I would also recommend throwing on either combo duration or some combo count chance mod, so that way one hit is the equivalent of getting 2 or 3 on that multiplier up, and it's just a couple hits until you get to 7. From there, it's as easy as popping it. I don't know if you have melee crescendo. Do you have crescendo? Art. Okay. I was gonna say that would be a godsend for you right now if you had it. Okay. Okay. You could, you're good. Not a problem. I heard every word you said. We have an S&T chat. I've been awake for a couple hours now. I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep because it started heating up in my room. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna watch some TikTok until it's my time to start recording. And I hopped on, and then it dawned on me that I have been awake for 3 hours, and I've like early, like no one's awake in the house right now. stupid early in the morning. I'm probably going to crash insanely early today, to be honest. Um, but it dawned on me as soon as I started recording. I'm like, okay, I should be very tired right now, but I'm not. Should I be concerned? I don't know. I'm in awake though. Do my thing. Oh, just so you know, um, a lot has changed. I'm no longer streaming to just YouTube and Twitch now. I'm streaming to Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and YouTube has two variants. I'm streaming vertically in YouTube and horizontally in YouTube. So if you're watching this from Twitter, right, you have the horizontal view, normal view, high. Yeah, camera should be in the bottom right. Everything else should be big. Um, Gaming wise, it'll be the same thing. Camera bottom right, game in the big. Um, for YouTube though, the vertical and TikTok vertical are going to be my face cam down low and then the gameplay up high, zoomed out, so that way you can see everything I'm doing and you still get my face in the mix high. Yeah. From that, yeah, I'm streaming to a lot more platforms now. It hopes to grow. Looks like we have an S&T divergence now. There. Yes. Comment section. I'm going to pause the video right quick, just so we're on the same page. It's looking like it's going to take its sweet time to present that 5-minute confluence, so I'm going to pause. We've been recording for 42 minutes now. I'm going to enter a trade. If I want to enter a trade today. If I can, if the confluences line up for me, I will enter one, unpause, and I will go over all of it, right? And then from there, hopefully we can make profit today. Be right back, comment section. Going back into recording mode right quick. Okay, so we entered trade. I'm in on a long for NASDAQ, right? I don't know what the heck happened here. So we're gonna look at this in two segments. We're gonna look at this on Trade View and then Trade Locker separately, okay? So right now, per the hour, we had a liquidity sweep, and that's what I counted towards the key level being hit and our level being the way it's supposed to. On Trade Locker, I couldn't really identify what the heck this move right here was. I thought it was a breaker block, but we didn't get a breaker structure until a little bit afterwards, right? And so I thought, okay, I cannot accurately depict if this is a breaker block or an order block. So what I did was I brought out the Fibonacci tool, and as you can see on the S&P 500 here, right? On the 5-minute is what I used it on, just so we're on the same page. Boom. We had lowest candle to the highest candle at the moment. We watched it come within our 0.382 range and bounce up. Our idea is that price is going to continue higher, right? Which is cool. This is fine. This is okay. Per the strategy, it's cool. Per this equilibrium. We moved on to the 1-minute. On the 1-minute, we witnessed, boom, this break of structure here. Up, down, high here. Broke above it. Cool. This was our break of structure. We entered roughly on one of these three candles. I'm not entirely sure which one. I imagine it was actually this candle right here because it moved up and that became a thing. We entered in on a long position on that candle specifically, and we're currently watching it go up. Now, here's the dumb thing, right? Because we did this on the NASDAQ knowing that it was the lagging index. It was the lagging one behind the S&P 500. I want to say this with absolute certainty. What in the world is this? This is the NASDAQ on TradingView. You see these highs? These are relative take profits that I can hunt down. This is cool. I don't mind going for this. That gives me a decent risk to reward ratio right there. I have no problem with that. Explain to me, this is, what is this day right here? This is December of last year, 2024. Monday, December 16th, 2024. Same setup, right? We're going to go to the daily. Boom. December, that's Monday right there. Explain to me why the 10-minute delayed platform has such a large difference in price action. Because the same day on two different platforms, I know it says 17th. I'm going to here look for a better clarity. Yeah, that says 16 now. Look at that. Cool. That is the take profit on Trading View. It is much higher. And you know what? Here, I'm gonna help this situation. I'm gonna help clarify what I mean by that. This is higher than that one. Okay. We're gonna go back down to the hourly. Boom, boom, reset chart view, boom. Here's where we are. This is the most recent high on London session. This is the candle we entered on. My water bottles are actively flying all over the place because of the fan. All the way, is it higher? Did you see the take profit? There's my take profit right there. Let me know when you see a blue line. It's actually lower. I think it's lower than the... We're looking for a blue line that goes all the way across the... There you are. Why is it next to the stop loss? Why is it like that? Chat, comment section. Why is this blue line next to the stop loss when on the opposite app, the other app, right, it's above? I actively need someone who's experienced in this a little bit more than I am right now, because genuine confusion is what I'm looking at right now, and it is very nerve-wracking to see a difference like this on two different platforms. That's almost a $10,000. Yeah, that's almost a $10,000 difference. That's not supposed to be a thing. And it's... Why is this a thing? Why? It don't make sense. We're in on a long. Currently, the trade idea is wrong. The general trend is up. We have not broke structure out of that trend. I'm expecting it to continue higher. I don't understand why that's a thing. Comment section. Help me out here. That's actively starting to get on my nerves. Okay. I'm going to pause the video again. I'm going to figure this take profit out. Because... right? Yeah, I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back. I'm going to figure this out. This is bizarre. One moment. Okay, so I've looked as far back as 2022, 2023. On Trade Locker, the highs aren't there, which is very concerning to me, because if there are no highs, there are no take profits, and if there are no take profit zones, my trade idea is more than likely going to fail. This is extremely nerve-wracking for me, because I actively see this right here, right? Same chart, same rules, same everything. The only difference is this stupid delayed data crap, right? And I know that take profit's trash. That's on purpose. This is the take profit. That's the first take profit zone that I've got. And it's not until way over at December. I can lower that. I'm going to lower that because that's ridiculous. This is my take profit. That's the... Huh? 22723.50. Two two 723.50. Boom. I don't understand why the flip they are so different. I really don't. Comment below what y'all think. Because that's absurd. That's actually crazy. There are more confluences saying that price should continue lower, but at the same time, I'm looking at it and we're in an uptrend per this whole move right here. We just cleared a fair value gap. It was just inversed. The next target outside of this is up here, and if we were to move to the 5 minute, let's go ahead and just move to the 5 minute right quick, because this is, that was December. That take profit is in December, so we have to move back a decent ways. And we can't go back too far because of that crap. There's that. Okay, so right here. We have one take profit on the hour. Five minute. There's too many candles in the 5 minute. So I can't go over far enough on the 5 minute to determine where the flip I'm supposed to be putting a take profit at. I'm pretty sure it'll stop me on the 30 minute as well. I have to go all the way to December. There's the take profit. This is current price action here. There's that one there. Oh, hello. Can I? No. I need to be careful about that. There's a take. That's not a take profit. That's stop loss. I can't do anything right there. It could be targeting this right here, the relative equal highs off of this. So we need to take a look. We need to watch for these. If it's going to hit any of these, it'll be a combination of this and this maybe, but this sweeps this. And these right here are relative equal highs as well, so I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Keefe. I don't know. We didn't get stopped out here. That's good. We've made 13 cents on that. This has gone all over the place. I wonder, does that look even remotely the same? It does. It does. This is live action, so 10 candles, right? And you get this current move. I believe we're forming this right here on the trading view. Yep, it is. It's this right here. So this one's going to shoot way up higher, and we'll see the return off of that displayed here. But yeah, that's not fun to look at. That's not fun. It's not comfortable. It's just not good. I'm sticking with the live action trade, right? I'm sticking with the live action data. No. I'm not sticking with live action data. I'm sticking with delayed data because at least it's somewhat like it's got me with a take profit zone and it's got me there. Okay.
live price action is good for live price action purposes, but for chart work, trading, I understand now a little bit. Just a smidge. I can say just a smidge. My biggest concern is all of this right here. And news. We've entered trade. It's currently 9:02. We're in a long. We're hoping to hit our take profit. So far, everything up to the point has said we are going higher and higher and higher. Even the 1 minute is saying we're going higher. We haven't broke structure yet. That could change in an instant. And I am entirely absorbed and honed in on the 1 minute to determine whether or not we need to leave. I don't want to wait on a break of structure on the 5. I don't want to wait for an inverse for value up on the 5. I want to wait on the 1 minute because that is the time frame I entered on. From here, we're going to be taking into consideration all the confluences that form and how well we can predict an exit strategy, because I'd like to take a profit today. I want to be humble with this trade. I really, really do. And I understand that it will need to retrace in order to continue higher. That is completely acceptable with me. I want to see the retrace. I want to see the break of structure back to the upside, and I want to see it continue much higher. That's my goal right now. Hey, Joe, I am going to BRB. I'm also going to pause the video right quick. So, yeah, BRB. Okay, so we broke structure on the 1 minute. We have not broke structure on the 5. Right? Seeing this move here, seeing this move here. Looking at the 1 minute, what exactly I'm looking for. Well, we didn't sweep this liquidity right here until roughly right here, which is okay. From this sweep, he had retrace, move up, move down, move up. Boom here. Order block, sweep up this low here. You should be seeing a retrace up for it to continue higher. For the 1 minute, we have broke structure, but again, for the 5, we haven't. 5 holds higher power than the 1. And for the hour, we are still, oh, hello, mini retrace, not bad, not a problem. We haven't broke structure on the 1 hour, the 5 minute, both hold higher power. From there, we're pretty much sitting gold. Why is this being stupid? I don't know why that's saying. I mean, I like the way this looks right here. I didn't close position. That's good. I don't know where to put this. All right, how about right there? Just put it right there because we can. We haven't broke structure though. 1 minute. So we adjusted to take profit on this one. Did we do the same? Let me see. We have this one here. Where is current take profit? $2648.75. 22648.75. So we'll do this. We have a take profit right here. We have a take profit right here. I want to put another one. 22668.75. I guess because they are simply just too close. Not entirely sure. Either case, yeah. In either case, that works. Um, I don't want to buy. I don't know why this is the thing. I don't know why this right here is a thing. We'll see it later though. 1 minute here. We break structure here. I don't think we did. I don't think we broke structure on this. We didn't. No break of structure. We're in a retrace. This is good. We had a sweep, move down, move up. We might be seeing a breaker block form within this. So what we'll do is we'll look for the move down, right? Which is what we see here. Here's our low. What we're looking for is a secondary move down, right? When we get that second move, because this is our considered order block here, right? Because we had a sweep of this high. Because of the sweep, we have one move down. We're looking for move up, move down, move up, move down. That second move down needs to be within range of this. If it's within range of this, it's a respected breaker block, and so price will continue higher, right? The hope is that when we have this breaker block form, we'll have a break of structure immediately after, and that break of structure will result in another leg up, and that is further into our trade idea that we are correct. From that, okay, so we have move down, move up. We're looking for the moves specifically. I'll unpause when we have a confluence pop up that we disagree with and we want to exit market from. That'll be the case. I'm gonna pause up now, and yeah, I'll see you guys in literally a second. BRB. Okay, comment section. Patience and time paid off. We waited on the 5 minute for this to really form. We had a breaker block that was respected. As a result, price continued higher, which was very good for us. How much higher? Not entirely sure. We just recently broke structure off of that. So instead of this downtrend, we're now in an uptrend again. For the 5 minute, we have not broke structure at all. We've been in an uptrend. So I think we're going to stay in an uptrend. Yeah. Market gave us a scare with this move here, with this general downtrend motion that it has in because this break of structure here. But it seems to have done its thing. I think we need to be on the side of caution because in the event this decides to break structure back past this, it's going to be a problem later on. We're gonna want to leave around that. Hello. Hi. How you doing, buddy? You got a zip tie? What the heck? Careful, buddy. Hi, uppies. Uppies. Boop. They boop. Yep, they boop. Boop. He's got a diaper on. It's okay, chat. Say boop. Boop. Kitty, 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 kitty. I don't know where kitty, kitty is. You know where kitty, kitty is? Huh? Chat, we'll be right back. Fingers crossed. We're smart enough to leave before it gets crazy reversal mode on us. I'd like to see it continue higher and hit take profit. I know it's a dumb risk to reward ratio. This right here actively, like, this is begging to get hit. This right here. I think I'm safe on the 1 minute though. If we get a break of structure, it'll be within this. I think this is as good as time as any to really discuss that too. Because right now price is moving higher, trying to get towards that first level, right? But we have a bunch of stuff down here that's really accumulative that could get hit in spite of that. So what I think might happen is price could move lower, sweep this, and then from the sweep of this, it'll shoot up way high. Market makers will manipulate these lows here to fuel their buy orders, and after it swept this, it'll boomerang back up and hit take profit. So right now, what am I expecting? I'm not expecting to hit take profit. Kinda. If we do, if it continues higher, we're not seeing a break of structure or anything within this. That's completely fine with me too. I have no problem with that. But in retrospect, the grain of salt is a heavy one because there is more potential for price to reverse and continue on down today. And with news coming around in the next 30 minutes, very likely to happen. Very, very likely to happen. We have currently moved down after a sweep up above a high. No break of structure yet. I don't want to pause the video because I want to catch it live. I want to like you guys to see my live reaction to it, so that way the correction can be made if there's a mistake anywhere. I don't think like I'm staring at this like a madman, like I'm furious right now. I'm not emotional at the moment. I'm not. This is not an emotional decision that I've made. It's a financial one. Ha ha. Hardy har, but still, I'm paying attention, watching what market does, and I'd like to wait for things to occur before I take action. We're on the 1 minute. I'm gonna mute now. I'm not gonna stop recording. I'm going to watch. I'm gonna like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth because stuff think that's good. We have a break of structure. Let's see what the 5 minute has to say. A break of structure still. Sure, this right here hurts to look at, but realistically speaking, it might actually just come down to these two here and bounce right back up without breaking structure at all. Are we going to get stopped out again? It's 9:50. We have 10 minutes till news pops out. What are we thinking? Comment section. I think I'm right. This move down is going to sweep up all this liquidity first, and then it'll rally up higher past that. Do I want to move my stop loss to get it accurate to account for spread? I think it's a good idea, but at the same time, if I move it and I'm wrong, stop hit, it's not fun. I could lose a little or I could lose a lot. Which would I rather choose? I'd rather lose a little. We have 2 minutes for that to continue. It's not the next 2 minutes. We got 8 minutes before news hits. very unstable right before news, gotta say. I saw a post earlier that said something along the lines of Powell did something that conservatives are not happy with. I imagine we're going to see price continue higher, which fits with us, with our bias at the moment, with our entry. We're just waiting for news to hit. Before I can go higher, though, it might need to manipulate the lows, so I think I'm right. Per news and what Powell did, and from what market has displayed. Price pushed low right then, but it did not break structure. We have a minute to go on this candle, and then 5 minutes after which 5 minutes after which to go for news. News is going to be heavy, it seems. How heavy, we don't know. Enough, though. We could have been stopped at, but we were not. We have not broke structure on the 5 minute either. On the 1 minute, same story. We didn't break structure. This is the low. As you can see, we didn't break past it. Sure, price came down, but it didn't break it. Looks like we're going to break structure again, back to the uptrend over here on the 1 minute. 5 minute holds higher power as well. We have move up. We have not broke structure off of that. What is the hour saying? The hour is saying we're due to move higher. Still an uptrend, no breakage throughout any of this. This is slightly concerning still, but for this move here, we're still moving up, which works for me, works for us, works for the trade. Oh, and just so we're clear, we entered on this candle. This was the inverse for value gap. We entered on the close. It ultimately broke structure to the upside, and we saw price move higher, which it did here. I am now smidge concerned because, one, our take profit's so high that it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking because we have this move here, right? And we want to see price continue up past this move, but we do not want to see it move back down. So I'm going to be very, very vigilant right now. What I'm going to do is say this right here is take profit, a take profit level. We should be on the lookout for price continuing to hit that key level, right? And continuing higher from it. We need to stay on the 1 minute. We need to look for breaks of structure around that level there specifically. That is a potential for reversal. Again, we want to see price continue higher. We have 2 minutes for news to hit. So this candle right here, this candle will close, and then on this candle, we'll see news drop or the reaction to it. Let's see what news looks like because we have 2 minutes to go for that. Minutes to go for this. This did not change much. We'll watch this until news goes off. Ten seconds for that to close. What do you think, chat? What do you think's gonna happen? I'm not live streaming. Comment section. What do you think's gonna happen? Hello, news drop. Pending. Lesser. If greater, good for currency. It was less, we should see price continue lower, which is a problem for us. We need to be very careful. I think this right here is an adequate zone for us to be very careful around. We don't want to get stopped out. Dang, I've been going for an hour and 30 now. Wild. Let's see what the 5 minutes says. 5 minutes here. Price went all the way down to there. We had a strong reaction there. Okay, so we're looking for this right here. Within this, it'll be a breaker block or an order block. If it's a breaker block, it'll react the same. It'll come down to push higher. If it's an order block, it'll respect this. And if it's a break of structure to continue lower, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to wait. I see the break of structure. I see it. On the 5 minute, we have not broke structure though. We're looking for the reaction from news. Currently, it's down. We're waiting for it to hit a level it wants, and then from there, it'll continue higher. Respected zone. This is where we need to be very, very careful because it could easily, after sweeping that high we've marked up there, turn around and try and stop us out. We want to be very, very careful with that high. The break of structure from that high a second time is going to be the reversal, and we want to be very careful with it. Stopped out on this. I think we did. Yep. Dang it. We got stopped out on this one. What about this? It's a hot one today. It's not even noon yet. I wonder how hot it's going to be. 95. Right now it feels like 90. We got storms on the way too. Stream might be affected. Hopefully not, but at the same time, I kind of hope it cools off. Don't think it will. We got stopped out on both. Crap. Oh well. Oh well. I'd rather be wrong a month. And this has been a bad month to trade in. A bad one. The trade idea was right from here to here. We had a profit. Every single time this happens, we get a profit. And then this right here occurs. We get stopped out. It goes in the direction we want it to. I was right about this, about these right here being swept via this low, and it might just continue higher. If it doesn't, it's actually going to follow through with the rest of these, maybe some of these down here. I need to watch some videos. I need to learn more. I need to really grasp this because I'm learning now that the first 3 months I did this, I was lucky. And I hate the fact that I'm losing. But I'm responsible and accountable enough to say it's my fault. I know it's my fault. It is 1000% my fault. What am I doing wrong? Because the idea was right. Am I holding on for too long? My thought process is after this is hit, like once I see price come up above this right here, and it like all the confluences are met, I don't know. I want to send this to someone. I want an expert. I want a experienced person to honestly look at this and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I almost don't want to end this video because this right here. I knew those were relative equal lows. Trendline low, even. Liquidity price is drawn to that. What did this even hit, too? Like, this right here, like, I don't understand. I say, like, one more time, I'm actively gonna, like, break myself. I don't know. On the daily, this doesn't have anything. It goes all the way up to there. There is nothing on the daily. That, look, all those years. This is the highest point NASDAQ apparently has gotten to. What the heck? And apparently, on this one, even more so, right? Huh? This is 2025 right here. This is in 2025. This is February. That's last year. Huh? Explain that to me. And the hourly still says we're going higher. The 5-minute still says we're going higher. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. The risk to reward was stupid. I know that much. My confluences, I think, were solid. My key levels were lacking. And due to multiple chart issues, am I really blaming the charts right now? I have no control over the charts. I think I've demonstrated it clearly enough. Like, the differences in information on the chart matter in some capacity. How much more of it's my fault? Obviously, my idea was wrong. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been stopped out. How wrong was I enough to get stopped out? My stop loss was set far too close to my entry point. Okay. Let me know. Here. Actually, I'm gonna make a note just so we're on the same page. When entering market, look for most recent relative equal highs and lows to determine where price price may be drawn to an base stop loss below the previous low before. A relative equal price. Is that a valid note to take? Because I feel like this right here, this is where our stop loss was put, right? We entered at the top of this right here. Stop loss was there. We clearly got stopped out, but price did not go as low as this right here. So would that be a valid placement for my stop loss? That relative low, that low right here? Let me know in the comment section what you think. I got stuff to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can I trade tomorrow? Let's see if I can even do stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 2 red, 4 orange. We have 1 unemployment, 1 final GDP, a whole bunch of those. So we should be seeing stuff go crazy tomorrow. 8:30 for 5 of them, and then 10 for 1. Friday we have, of course, PCE price index. That is a CPI folder. I don't know if we can trade that or not. And then we have that occurring. And then we're off to July instead of June. This hurts, man. I know it's my fault. It's a learning curve. Can I say I'm getting the hang of it comfortably? Like, was the idea okay, do you think? We lost $230. So the stop loss on this was set a little bit closer than the stop loss on the other one. Which I don't... $230? Okay, sure. That was very stupid on my part. I should have been smarter on that. I should have been. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.